Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Dear Love Talk, the program that answers all your questions on relationships with me, James.
And with me, Helena. And it couldn't be easier. All you need to do is for you to email us on questions@lovetalkshow.tv. You can also get in touch via our Facebook page, Twitter.
All the social media outlets out there, right? And of course, you can still write. I don't think people write letters that much anymore, but if you want to, just this once, we're going to put our address there on the screen should you want to write to us, okay? Let's go for the first question of the program, and it comes from Penelope Brown. Hi, Penelope. She says, Dear both, my husband and I constantly argue about money. I'm more of a live for the moment kind of girl and enjoy spending the money that I work hard for. My husband is of the opinion of saving for a rainy day. But if we keep saving for a rainy day, we will never enjoy the money we make. I know I'm right, but I think your backing on this will help me validate the way I think. Well, she's very confident. She says, I know I'm right.
I'm pretty sure she has a husband sitting down watching us. You see, they even agree with me.
Penelope, let me just tell you that it's not a matter of you being right and him being wrong. I think in this instance, it's important that you find a happy medium, because I think in the kind of society we live today where things are so financially unstable, it is important to save money, right? For example, if you don't save any money, then you have this unforeseen circumstance, somebody gets sick or you need to travel due to an emergency. What are you going to do? You're going to put yourself into debt. So it is important that you save money, put money aside. If you're going to buy a house, you need to have money to buy the house. If you need to buy a car.
Exactly, I was going to say that. If a special price comes up of that dream house, you've got some money.
Exactly. But then again, I do think you have a point, because it's not fun if you just work and put money in the bank and you never enjoy yourself. So I think it's not that you're right or he's wrong. I think you guys have to accept the fact that both of you are right. You just have to know when to spend and when to save.
You need to save for the rainy days, and you also need to spend on the sunny days. So put it that way.
That's nice. I like that.
Thank you. High five.
High five.
Right. We've got another question. It's anonymous. The person didn't want to give their name, which you're very free to do so. And it says, Hi Helena, I recently became a mother and have noticed how my body has changed immensely. I never had issues with my body, but ever since my son was born, I find it quite difficult to let my husband look at me when we are together. He has never made me feel like my body is an issue. On the opposite, he reassures me, that I am as beautiful as before, but somehow this still affects me. Please help. It's true, your body changes, we all know that. Very few lucky people remain the same.
Especially when you have children, it changes, right?
Of course it does. Some people, it does go back, but with the help of surgeries and stuff, but normal people, it does change. Maybe your body doesn't change, but your mood changes. You change as a person. But look at you. Your husband likes you the way you are. He compliments you. He does what he does, like you just mentioned. I think that your issue here is more with how you see yourself, because you are worried that your body changed. I don't believe because of him, because he already says there's nothing wrong with you. It's okay. If anything, it reminds him that you gave birth to his son or daughter. How beautiful is that? But I think you need to address the issue of how you see yourself, how you feel. And you can buy nice clothes, you can maybe even lose weight, but this will not change unless you change from within. That's my opinion.
I think the problem also is that maybe when you look at the mirror now in how your body looks, you're comparing yourself to how you used to look before you had your child. So of course you're going to look different. It's like a car, and I'm sorry to make the comparison between you and a car, but just to give an example, it's like a car that comes out of the showroom and it's just been waxed and it's brand new. No one's ever driven that car. Of course it looks shiny and beautiful. But if you get a car that is now an antique and is amazing and very expensive. And I'm not calling you an antique, by the way, but it has a huge value. And it's not that it's less value than a car that's just been made today.
It's the history,
It's the history that comes with it. So, don't compare your body to how your body was before, because surely your body is going to look different.
And also, your body will change regardless if you have children or not. So let me break the news to you that this is a natural progress.
Yeah.
Can we say
but
so?
If your body has changed because of that child, of course, whether you have children or not, we always have to look after ourselves as well as we can for ourselves and for our partner. So do that. And if you do the best you can to look after yourself, even if you have changed slightly physically, then listen, if your husband doesn't have an issue with this, then you shouldn't have an issue with this. Be happy, be comfortable that you just had a child, you're starting a family. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that beautiful? So if your husband, and by the way, when men usually say, Lena, that he finds his wife attractive, even if her body has changed a little bit, even though his changes as well, he's telling the truth, because he fell in love and found attractive the person that you are. So unless, of course, it's different if the person stops caring and doesn't care anymore, which is not your case. We don't have your name, but it's not your case. So believe your husband, embrace this new life you have now with the family, and enjoy this life. And by the way, just for me to finish, when you have grief about your body, you are giving your husband grief as well. It's not just you feel unhappy about the way you look, you're making him unhappy as well. So let it go. If it's not an issue for him, and if it's not an issue for you because now you have a beautiful baby, let it go and move on.
Yeah, address your inner issues. I would say that as well. Now, is this one for me or for you?
No, this one is for me. It's the final one. The final one is usually for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Let's go. The final one is from someone who attends our Love Talk Live seminars. And by the way, if you want to attend our Love Talk Live seminars every Saturday, 7 p.m., you are our guest. Do come and see us at the Rainbow Theatre. The address is now there at the bottom of your screen. So the question says, I have been dating my girlfriend for 3 years and we love each other very much. We have been planning to get married for a while, but I found it difficult to go ahead because we lack the money we need to have the wedding of our dreams. Even with my family's financial support, we still haven't been able to proceed and we are both getting frustrated. We want to move forward, but are not sure of what to do. Let me just tell you this. Don't worry about the wedding of your dreams. Worry about the marriage of your dreams. Let me just illustrate this here with our story. Helena, when we got married, right, we had 18 people.
18 or 21?
No, 18. I think it was 18.
Well, it doesn't make much difference.
18 people at our wedding reception.
Yes.
And maybe you say, wow, 18 people. By most standards, that's very few people. And I'm telling you, in a church ceremony, we had a lot more than 100.
More, yeah.
But, I didn't feel the need to have more than those people. They were the closest to us.
It's an intimate moment. It's you kind of saying goodbye to your family. Now they become your relatives.
Yeah.
Your family is now your husband. So why have a big... Well, we respect you if you want to have one, but it's much more intimate.
The issue, Helena, is that when the person wants to take a step further, then their leg allows them to. So if you don't have 20,000 pounds to do a fairy tale wedding, then don't do a fairy tale wedding of 20,000 pounds. I think one of the big...
Pay a deposit on a house. I think
this is something we were talking recently with a few couples. That a few couples put so much pressure on the day of their wedding. And then when they actually get married and move in together, then they go and live with their parents. They don't have money to put furniture in the house. They struggle financially. Wouldn't it have been better if you did something slightly more conservative, a little smaller, but
Plus
you were
the
setting...
debts.
Yeah, of course, the debt you have. But you're setting yourself up for a good beginning of your marriage. So my advice to you is that you know, do the best you can with what you have, but don't stop your happiness because, you know, you want to do this fairy tale wedding. Do what you can do and do a great marriage rather than a great wedding. That's my advice.
And just to finalize, I would ask yourself why. Why do you want a big wedding? Or why do you want what you want? Because you didn't specify fully. Ask yourself, is it because you really, really want it? Can you compromise on some things? The most important thing is that you officialize your relationship, your commitment, and the rest, you know, as soon as you have money, or the money that you want to have, go on a second honeymoon, on a third, on a fourth, and this is money well spent. Yeah, so that's
right.
all.
And by the way, you know, there's this saying that goes that sometimes we are trying to keep up with the Joneses. Don't do that. If your friend had a great, huge wedding, good for her. Good for him. You're not competing. I think a lot of people have this thing that their wedding has to be bigger. Oh, I want my wife to jump from an airplane with her wedding dress. I feel sorry for her.
And then land on a horse.
Land on a horse and take off on a white horse while with a parachute on her back. Come on. Or I want to get married in a white sandy beach, and then you have to fly all your family there to Barbados or wherever you go. If you can afford, great. I think it's great if you can. But like Helena said at the beginning, you know, if you set yourself up for a real great beginning in your marriage, I think that's the key. But it's your choice.
You know what I was going to say? If we were to get married again, like, oh, let's go back in time. If I lived by the beach, this would be my ideal wedding. By the beach, a few benches, a few material, you know, like a bit of pieces of material going like this with the wind, and everyone would get a coconut water with a straw, and we would be there with this very nice flowy kind of dress, very simple, wonderful, and we head straight to our honeymoon. How nice is that?
Women have to think about getting married again. If I were to do it again, it would be like this.
Oh,
anyway,
go even simpler.
Let's finish the program, wrap up the program on that note. Okay? Remember, great marriage, not a great wedding.
Absolutely.
Okay? Good wedding as well, but remember the great marriage. Okay? It's been a pleasure to be with you. Remember, you can always get in touch with us via Facebook, Twitter, email address, Instagram, or on this case, just in this program, you can also write us a letter if you want. The address is there on your screen.
Yes.
Until next time, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye-bye.